So your training will change slightly as you're bulking. You want to be using the heaviest weights possible for every rep you do. Your splits will change a little bit. There'll probably be more big body movements as opposed to accessory work. So say in leg days you normally do like squats, and then you do jump squats, and then you do hip thrusts, and then you do like band walks, and you do like all these little exercises. If you're bulking, you're going to go down to a squat, a deadlift, a hip thrust, leg press. It's going to be those bigger body movements because that's what's going to build the strength and build the muscle. You can always have accessory days as a part of your split in your cycle, but it is going to be mostly those big body movements, the compound movements. Reps are going to go down. They're going to go in the 5 to 12 rep range. You're going to want to be building strength and building muscle. So the endurance reps are going to be cut out. You're not going to be going from 12 to 20 reps ever. You never want to do drop sets. You don't want to go until failure. If you can go past those 12 reps, you need to up your weight. And so say you can do that 13th rep with 35-pound shoulder press, you need to go to the 40 pounds and do less reps. You need to write down all your workouts and the weights you use so you can make sure you're going up. I don't care if you go up 1 pound every time. You would just add the 2 little half-pound plates every time you do squats. Perfect. That's still more weight, and that's still a progression, which is what's important. Another thing the reverse diet will do for you is to help you build your metabolic rate. You will be burning more calories because your body, you're starting to build muscle, which builds calories while you're just resting. And your metabolism will really get a boost from the extra food and getting used to the extra food. When you put all your information into any macro calculator, it gives you a number where your maintenance calories should be at. Mine was supposed to be 2,000. That's what it said for my stats and my activity levels and all that. I found out that my maintenance calories were closer to 2150. Don't take those numbers as like a Bible. They might not be right for your body. They are generally pretty close to correct, but everybody's body is different. It doesn't take into account your genetics, the muscle you already have built, your training history, how long you've been working out for, your body, your build, and also the work you've done to build your metabolism already. So you need to make sure that you are figuring out what works for your body, because it's just not going to be exactly on point with the macro calculator. So when you go into a surplus of calories, it can either go into muscle or fat. If you build yourself up to have a high metabolic rate, you can easily be able to build and utilize energy from fat and direct energy into muscles and not into the fat, which is exactly what we want. The point of a bulk is not to just put on weight. That's one of the factors, but it needs to go hand in hand with the other two. You need to be having strength progress and the muscle gain. If you're not visibly seeing the muscles you're building, you're not physically getting stronger, then you need to reevaluate your bulk, because you don't just want to gain fat. Because the reverse diet back down to a cut afterwards will not be as fun for you. You'll have a lot more work to do, and as I said before, a bulk is still a diet. You can't just eat whatever you want. There's like this big myth in the fitness industry that when you are bulking, you are physically eating whatever you can stuff into your mouth, and that's not true. You still need to hit your protein, you still need to hit your fats. It's not just eat 6 cheeseburgers from McDonald's and call it like lunch. It's not like that at all. Yes, you can dirty bulk, and that would be tracking loosely and kind of just eating intuitively, but eating what you want. That would be gaining a lot more fat than if you were to do it strategically the way I mentioned. So I would like to go over the mental aspect of bulking. Everyone's first thoughts when you talk bulking is, yeah, I get to eat so much food and it's going to be so much fun. And it is fun, and it's great to eat food, and it's great to have energy all the time for anything you want to do, but especially for girls, I think the mental aspect of not seeing the muscles you've built like, say you've been working out for years and you go into a bulk, your muscles are no longer as defined as they once were. They're under there, but you can't see them like you once did. Your abs are gone. You start to gain, like, you see the cellulite again that maybe wasn't there when you were cutting. And it's hard, it's not easy because you've been working so hard for so long, and then it's just kind of, it starts to go away. And a really hard part of bulking is looking in the mirror every day and being okay with what you see. And reminding yourself that you have long-term goals. That's something I've needed to do a lot. I remind myself that, okay, I don't look great right now, but this is my goal. My goal is to put on muscle. So this is what I need to do to reach my goal. So the mental aspect is definitely one of the hardest parts about bulking, and you just need to learn to love the process. You need to learn to love yourself through the entire process, through your whole fitness journey. And you need to love yourself when you have fat on your body and when you don't. And that's definitely the hardest part, is just learning to accept yourself, realize that you have goals that you are out to meet and reach, and that your physical appearance is not going to affect your mood and your excitement for fitness and whatever every day. Because there have been times I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I do all this to look like this, because this isn't what my end goal is. Like, this is my bulking body, and I just need to remember that this is part of my goals. So my real wish for anyone who goes into any of these bulking and leaning out cycles is just to learn to really love the process and really learn to love yourself through all of it, because it can be hard. Is my personal experience with bulking. I had a great bulking experience, like, from beginning. Parts that have been hard for me are the mental parts. I miss my abs, I miss my muscles, because I'm used to seeing myself differently, my body differently. But that is okay, and we learn to get over that. My dog wants this pen. You want this pen? But yeah, I started at 1,600 calories. My carbs were 160, my fat was 44, and my protein was 140. And I'm now up to 250 grams of carbs, 63 grams of fat, and 174 grams of protein. At almost 2,400 calories, and my strength has gone up. Every week my strength goes up. These dogs. As I mentioned before, I plateaued for a long time after surgery, so there's a lot of data that you can't really go off of during that time frame. But my bulk has been awesome. It's been really easy eating this amount of food. I've built my metabolism up so high that when I cut now, I'm not going to ever have to go down to those 1,600 calories again. I'm going to keep them higher. I'm hoping I don't have to cut any lower than 2,000. It's a hope. We'll see how that works, but I think I've built my metabolism up. I'm really happy I reverse dieted the way I did and didn't just go to a bulk, because I do feel like I didn't gain that much excess fat. My leanest was at 138, and I'm weighing in at 148, 145 to 148 right now. These dogs are so wild. What are you doing? So yeah, I'm going to play the Q&A that I recorded from the other day, because that one was just fine. If you have any questions, please ask. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Puffy, say bye. Say bye. Oh, you need a haircut so bad. Oh, you are rude. So yeah, this is the picture I posted where I was feeling kind of So let's go over some more questions. Lauren Kimberly asks, with this bulk, have you gotten stronger? Such as, are you using heavier weights and PRing, or are you staying at the same amounts? I am absolutely increasing weights. Every week I aim to get 1 pound heavier, 2 pounds heavier, 2.5 pounds heavier. For me personally, it was hard to tell since I had the surgery in October and I wasn't able to lift for a while. I lost a lot of strength and a lot of muscle during that time. But I am steadily increasing my weights since surgery. She also asked, where have you noticed the most visible progress? Well, my friends, this is not, you can't tell progress because you're just getting like larger, but I'd say that my quads have really made some gains here. They're like massive. I can really see a difference in my glutes. That is what I attribute a lot of my glute growth to, plus my awesome training schedule, which I have written. But definitely glutes. My shoulders look much better. I'm going to post a picture like with this like on Instagram that shows the picture that's in the thumbnail, but you can see visible gains in my biceps and my shoulders, and obviously my waist is no longer as small as it once was, which is a downside. Kathy Herbs Fit, how do you start bulking? How do you make sure you're gaining muscle mass, not just fat and all that? Do you do it slowly? Yes, you do it slowly. Women can only gain 0.5 pounds of muscle per week, so you need to make sure that you are not going over that, or you will be gaining fat. You'll be gaining fat regardless, but it is optimal to keep it to a minimum. Colleen's fit journey. I'm swallowing my gum. What are the first steps in transitioning from a bulk via reverse diet to a cut? Do you slowly taper down macros, or do you jump right below maintenance levels and work from there? You're going to, just like you would reverse diet up into a bulk, you reverse diet down. There's no reason to cut super low if you can be still losing weight just with slightly less calories. There'd be no reason to drop down those macros if you can eat more and still lose weight. So like, Barb Gets Fit told me I'm a babe and it'll all be worth it when you start cutting again, and she is 100% right. People that have been through bulking cutting cycles know this, so thank you. You make me happy. Matina Calypsis says, how do you decide that it is time to bulk? If you are at a point in your fitness journey where you want to put on muscle, you are at a semi-lean physique between the 10 and 15 body fat percentage range, and you want to put on the muscle, you want to lift heavy ass weights, and that's what you want to do. That's when you bulk. She_FitLife says, why did you start bulking? Is this considered a lean bulk? And she likes my Vlogmas videos. Thank you so much. Oh, she's so sweet. Okay. I started bulking because I wanted to put on some muscle in my shoulders, my glutes. I knew I couldn't do it at a deficit anymore, and I was just ready to really up my training. I would not consider this, you could consider this a lean bulk. I mean, I've stayed fairly lean through the whole thing, but I'm not lean. Haley Wilberger says, what percentage have you increased your macros by every week, or however you do it? Obviously everyone's different. Thank you for realizing that. But I'd love a rough idea of how much and how often to increase or decrease by. So, as I said, if you do not gain the pound in 2 weeks, I increase by 50 overall calories. And that is on the low side for a lot of trainers. Some people will bump you up 200 calories at a time every 3 days, but I like to do it slow. I like to make sure your body fully adjusts, fully recovers from the increase or the decrease, and I will, in the beginning, I'll do it pretty evenly. So I'll do like 2 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein to get you up to closer to the numbers that I had pre-decided for the client or for myself. This video was just a lot of me talking, and I'm very sorry. I hope I answered all your questions. I know it's just a lot of information, and I'm really bad at talking, and I probably should have planned this out, but I didn't. So thank you for watching. No, really, if you have any questions, please ask me. I'll answer to the best of my ability, especially if things weren't clear, because I make no sense when I just talk and I don't plan things. Again, all your support means the absolute world to me. I love you guys, I really, really do. I love Vlogmas because I get to interact with so many of you, and it just makes me feel so happy that like you even want to talk to me. So thank you again. Thank you for watching. This will be Vlogmas Day 17. We're getting to the end.